For far too long, people have asked me on the channel, Austin, I can't believe this Pokemon is in Pixelmon, or Austin, is X legendary Pokemon in Pixelmon? Well, guys, today we're going to be going over every single legendary Pokemon that is in the Pixelmon Reforged mod for Minecraft version 1.20.2. We're on the most recent version of Pixelmon that came out the other day, version 9.2.10. Guys, if you are excited to see every single legendary in Pixelmon, I will be going over all the forms as well for each and every one and showing off their models. Consider leaving a like on this video, subscribing if you're new, and let's get into this, starting with Articuno from Generation 1. So I'll be going through each generation. They're all listed in generational order, and if any have special forms, I'll be showing that as well. So first things first, we have Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. We have Mewtwo. We have Creator Mewtwo, Mewtwo X and Y. And before anyone asks how to get the creator forms are specifically given away on the Pixelmon Discord page. They occasionally do giveaways where they give away either the creator forms or such and so forth. So if you see some of these forms that you're like, I didn't even know this was in Pixelmon, well, obviously in creative mode, you can give yourself that Pokemon, but if you're trying to get in a survival situation, you have to, of course, get it via those means. Or if you play on custom servers, there's a chance they're just locked or in certain availabilities, we'll say. But moving on, we have, of course, Mew and Mew Christmas theme, which is pretty cute. And yes, you can get this Mew from catching it in the Christmas Pokeball at Mount Lanakila. I'll try to give you guys a little bit of insight on some of the forms, but most of them I have guides on my channel for, as well as future guides coming, so just keep that in mind. Moving on to Generation 2, we have Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. We also have Spirit Suicune, which is available. We have Lugia, Drowned Lugia, and this is called, I think, Special Lugia or whatever, but this is that Shadow Lugia from that one game that everyone always goes crazy about that I never played before in my life. Anyway, there's 3 Lugias. We have Ho-Oh, Rainbow Ho-Oh, and Shadow Ho-Oh. Again, same deal with Shadow Lugia. It's a special variant. We have Celebi, Invader Zim Celebi, also known as Alien Celebi, and Valentine's Day Celebi, which is pretty cute. If you're curious about Valentine's Day Celebi, although I do have a video on it, I'll just tell you, you have to catch in the Valentine's Day Pokeball, which I believe is only available during Valentine's Day. I could be wrong about that, though. Generation 3 moving on to, we have Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Latias, Mega Latias, Latios, Mega Latios. We have Kyogre, Primal Kyogre, Groudon, Primal Groudon, and Meta Groudon. This is the Groudon from that one Pokemon movie that nobody remembers that involved a random Groudon that looked like this. So that's this Groudon, and yes, you can get this in Pixelmon, which is crazy. We have Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, and Alternate Rayquaza. I'm not sure if this is meant to be like a Shadow Rayquaza, or if this was in any of the movies ever. If someone can let me know, feel free to do so. Actually, I think it is in one of the newer movies. I could be wrong about that, though. Anyway, we have Jirachi, Deoxys normal form, Deoxys defense, Deoxys attack, Deoxys speed, and Deoxys. Yes, this is an Among Us joke. Deal with it. It's in Pixelmon, and yes, you can encounter this thing in the same place you encounter the normal Deoxys species. Moving on to Generation 4, we have Uxie, Mesprit, Ezelf. We have Dialga, Origin Form Dialga, Palkia, Origin Form Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas. We have Giratina, Origin Form Giratina. We have Cresselia, Rainbow Cresselia, and Spirit Cresselia. We have Fione and Manaphy, Darkrai, which I really wish had some alternate forms, but hey, that's fine. He's one of my favorite legendaries of all time for anyone curious. We have Shaman, Sky Shaman, Christmas Shaman, and Christmas Sky Shaman. The Christmas forms, again, Mount Lanakila. If I say Christmas anything, assume Mount Lanakila. And then we have Arceus. And no, I was not about to spawn in every single model of Arceus. Just trust me when I say they all exist. Moving on to Generation 5, we have Victini, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, also known as Verizon. We have Tornadus, Therian form Tornadus, Thundurus, Therian form Thundurus. That's a mouthful to say. We have, of course, Reshiram and Zekrom, which don't have alternate forms, which I'm surprised about. We have the meta himself, Landorus, and Therian form Landorus. We have Kyurem, Kyurem White, and Kyurem Black, look menacing as ever. And before anyone asks, the sizes that these Pokemon I'm showing you are kind of weird, because in the new version of Pixelmon, you can actually change the size based on a number value instead of like large, extra large, etc. So it's very interesting. I kind of was just messing around with the numbers to try to get them all to be a similar, even size. We have, of course, Keldeo and the Sword Keldeo. I forget what this form is called. We have Meloetta and Meloetta's attack form, which again, I forget what it's called. We have Genesect. Again, I wasn't going to spawn in every model. Just know that all the models exist for Genesect 2. For Generation 6 moving on, we have Xerneas like battle form or awakened form or whatever. We have creator form Xerneas and awakened Xerneas. So again, another giveaway only type Pokemon. You cannot acquire this in the world to my knowledge. We have Yveltal, again, wish there was an alternate form of this. We have a Zygarde 10%, Zygarde 50%, Zygarde 100%. And again, all the shinies of these Pokemon, assume they are available. They all are. That I just didn't feel like putting the models in to show you, but just keep in mind that all the legendary shinies are available to encounter in your world as well. We have Diancie, Mega Diancie, Hoopa Unbound, shout outs to the movie, one of the best Pokemon movies of all time in my opinion. We have Volcanion, and moving on to Generation 7, we have Type Null and Sivali. Again, Sivali has all of its alternate versions of itself too in the mod. Do not worry with all the models. We have Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini. We have Cosmoem and Cosmog. Cosmoem's little energy orb is kind of outside of its sphere at the moment. Kind of a weird model bug right there, but that's a thing. We have Solgaleo and Solgaleo's like awakened form. We have Lunala and Lunala's awakened form. This is when they get like their max power in the cutscenes that you can't ever actually play as those versions of them. We have Necrozma. We have Necrozma absorbing Solgaleo and Lunala. I think it's Duskmane and Dawnmane. Yeah, that's the forms. Then we have, of course, Ultra Necrozma, the strongest being in all of Pokemon, arguably stronger than Arceus, but who knows? We have Magearna and Magearna's like original form, which is pretty cool. We have Marshadow and Marshadow's awakened form. We have Zeraora and, of course, Melmetal and Meltan, which look really cute. And then we have Gigantamax Melmetal, because yes, Gigantamax forms are in this as well as Mega forms. Do not worry. Moving on to Generation 8, we have the Galarian, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, which look beautiful. We have Zacian and Zacian's crown form, Zamazenta and Zamazenta's crown form, Eternatus, and yes, the very powerful like Ether that is a mouthful to say. It's like the max powered Eternatus. It's pretty much unattainable. This is the only thing I think in Pixelmon you cannot acquire unless you use commands to give it to yourself. I don't think you can actually see this thing in the wild. If you could, it would be terrifying. Also, it's the only thing lagging my screen right now. We have Kubfu, Urshifu, both solid or single strike and multi-strike, as well as their respective Gigantamax forms. We have Zarude, Sandstorm. We have Regieleki and Regieleki Spirit form. We have Regidrago. We have Spectrier and Glastrier, as well as Calyrex and Calyrex riding the two horse Pokemon. And then we have Enamorus, which is interesting that this is considered a Generation 8 Pokemon since it came out like during the Pokemon Arceus game, which is technically Gen 4, but also not Gen 4. Anyway, moving on to Gen 9, the most recent generation. I will say not all the legendaries are available yet for this version, but we have, of course, Wo-Chen, Chien-Pao, Rainbow Chien-Pao, Ting-Lu, and Chi-Yu. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Koraidon and Miraidon. And yes, that is every single legendary currently in Pixelmon. Like I said, up until Generation 8, they're all in. And the Gen 9, they are slowly adding in the legendaries. But this is what we got so far. We got the 4 ruined Pokemon as well as the 2 box legendaries. And of course, the DLC Pokemon will be coming very soon. As well as, if anyone was curious, yes, all the Ultra Beasts are in this game. And yes, they're currently adding in all of the Paradox Pokemon as well. I didn't add them because they aren't technically legendary, but at the same time they are. It's weird. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this Pixelmon showcase of every single legendary Pokemon currently in Pixelmon. I might make another one of these videos in the near future, maybe when Generation 9 is done. Who knows? But let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section down below. What legendary is your favorite in Pixelmon? Which one are you most excited for hunting for? Which shinies do you have? And also, if anyone's wondering, yes, most of these I do have guides on my channel for. If you're ever wondering how to get a certain legendary in Pixelmon, feel free to just type in on the YouTube search result, how to get this legendary Ultra Union 17, and my video should pop up. If not, spam me in the comments. Otherwise, I hope to see you all in the next video. I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.